Hey everyone, welcome to Backpacking with Buckley. I'm excited today because what I'm about to show you is a 2.5 pound freestanding double wall one person backpacking tent that costs under $100. Let's get started on what we're here to talk about, which is the TrailLark one person tent. And let me start by saying this tent was sent to me free of charge by Alex from TrailLark. There's some guys, brothers in Wisconsin, who started this little company in the interest of making a tent that is affordable for backpackers. And that spoke to me deeply because of the simple fact that it is an expensive hobby. And one of my biggest goals with my channel is to get people out backpacking so they can experience the joy and mental well-being that comes with the hobby itself. So let's talk about the TrailLark one person tent, shall we? Quickly, let's jump into the basic specs of the tent. This is made of a 20D nylon, so it's pretty heavy duty. I have checked the stitching of the tent very thoroughly and it is stitched wonderfully. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These guys are from Wisconsin, but to keep the cost down, they are outsourcing some of their labor with the hopes of bringing a lot more of that closer to home in the future. But for a $99 tent, you can't expect more than what you got here. I looked at every stitch in this thing and it is extraordinarily well made. It is a two wall tent, like I said, double wall tent, and I'm going to set it up for you here in a minute, but quickly, this weighs in with the tent, rainfly, stakes, and it also comes with stakes and extra guy line. I said stakes, what I actually meant was tent poles. All weighs in at right at 2.5 pounds, 2.6 to be exact. But I'm not going to bring some of the guy lines or the amount of stakes, so for what I'm carrying, it's right at 2.5 pounds, which for those of you that are new to the hobby is an extraordinarily light tent for the weight. Normally, if you're talking at spending $99 on a tent, you're either going to get an inexpensive trekking pole tent or something that probably weighs around 4 or 5 pounds. All right, so the tent receives high praise for ease of setup so far, and the vestibule looks spacious. I'll get inside and show you a little bit of that, but first let me give you a close-up of some of the features on the outside. There's only one entry, as it is a one-person tent. Pretty easy to set up. It is all seam sealed, and that I have too tight, so I'll show you that later. Pretty easy clip system on either end for the rain fly, and then your standard ventilation system. A couple other tie out points for ventilation on the outside, but again, very easy to set up and adjust on either end as well. Bathtub floor. And another thing I'm a little pumped about is, as opposed to a full body mesh tent, it comes up with the 20D nylon a little higher. So this to me looks like a little bit more windproof 4-season option for me too. So let me get inside and show you what it looks like and adjust this vestibule so you can see the size of it from the inside. All right, let's make it quick because I strategically placed the tent in direct sunlight on a hot summer day at 1 p.m. So clearly, I'm 5'10". I've got a solid 8 or 9 inches above my head and plenty of foot room. Loving it so far as a one-person tent. I feel I could put a 6-inch mattress in here and still have plenty of headroom. Love it inside here. Really simple, the way I like it, and plenty of space for one person. And a little pocket over here for your stuff, which is placed pretty well in the bathtub so it would stay dry. And then let me quickly show you the size of the vestibule before I dive heat. So if you are new to backpacking, it's vitally important to have a place to store your gear, especially when you're only in a one-person tent like this. And as you can see, this Vestibule is not huge, but that's a size 10 shoe. They fit under there quite well, protected from the rain, and there would be plenty of space for probably your backpacking gear. And again, at 5'10", I had some extra space at either my foot end or my head end to store some extra things as well.
Seam sealed!
Real quick before we get to my first impressions on the TrailLark one-person tent, I want to throw a shout out to Crow from As a Crow Flies Hiking for bringing me this beautiful t-shirt out to our trip in the Black Hills. It says Alabama Crimson Tide on it. So we like Tide up here in South Dakota too. It's one of our favorite smelling laundry detergents, and this must have been washed in it because it is a super soft t-shirt. Thanks, Crow, appreciate it. So anyway, the TrailLark one-person backpacking tent is fantastic. It's 2.5 pounds, which is extremely lightweight. It's $99 or $100 on Amazon, which, as we all know, is an extremely good price. And again, I checked every stitch on it. It's seam sealed. It's 20D nylon, so it seems to be very durable. Aluminum tent poles, which are pretty standard, so they should be durable as well. And sets up in all of about 4 minutes. So simple to do for beginners or for fools like me that are used to doing hammocks. So I'm super excited to get it out. One other thing I forgot to mention, it's got a high bathtub floor and about a probably 2/3 height wind block before the mesh starts. So a possible 4-season option as well. So I'm excited to get the TrailLark out there. Thanks again, Alex in Wisconsin, one of the company leaders, brothers in Wisconsin, for sending it out to me. I'm super appreciative of it, and I will get good use out of it. So I can't wait to take it out. My first trip requires a tent anyway. So check it out on Amazon. That's all I have to say. I will catch up with you next time I use it. And be yourself, be happy, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Have a good day, everybody.